No,
Okay,
but
yeah.
what they like with the things with Alfred, right? And modern, like in like the actual history, his name is like Alfred the Great. Like people love
Mm-hmm.
this guy. He
Mm-hmm.
was actually supposed to be like a really good king for England and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like in the show, like it's a love hate relationship with Alfred. Like he has really dick moves to Uhtred, but like you kind of understand why he's doing it.
Something I have to say about the show is that every character seems to stay within who they are. I don't think I've ever felt like any character ever like did something where I was like, why that doesn't make any sense for that
Well,
person to do
no,
that, you know? I don't think I
Edward
haven't felt
was
that.
very different
Well,
this season
Edward's
though.
yeah, okay, Edward's an idiot, but like he did some
I
questionable
was
things, but before him, outside of him, I haven't felt that. And
I
I
was
don't know
very
why he's like that,
yeah.
and I can't explain why he's like
Yeah,
that.
because like in season three, Edward was like vouching for Uhtred and everything. Like
Oh
Edward
yeah,
was like
he felt
Uhtred.
he was really well. I think it was the other dude, the what's that old guy's name?
What,
Ethel.
Bianco?
No. The guy that's been like at the side of Edward like the whole time.
Oh yeah, like Aethel.
Something or another.
Yeah,
But him,
yeah,
that,
whatever.
that guy, that guy.
Aethelhelm, I think is his
Some
name.
yeah, he's. I think he's definitely been like corrupting him, and I think because there was
Yeah,
a scene where Edward was just sitting there, like standing there, trying to think what to do, and behind him there was like all these people just chatting, like you should do this, you should do that, you should. And he finally turns on and just says, "Just shut up! I'm gonna do it the way I'm gonna do it," and that's that. And then he walks
hmm
away. So I think Edward just like he's like he probably I don't know if he can't take it, like he can't take all of the input. Well, people are just trying to tell him how to rule, which is
yeah,
probably bothering him. And then there's yeah, like I just don't think he can like take it, and then he makes terrible decisions because he's still pretty much a kid.
yeah. I think I honestly liked Aethelhelm's character, but I like that grit about him. And just saying, should we just get into like spoilers for season four? You think?
Yeah, sure. Spoiler warning. Go
All
for
right,
it.
yeah. Spoiler warning. So like, I honestly thought like the first half of season four was like almost like Game of Thrones level. Like they were murking people like left and right. Like crucial characters were dropping like flies.
Were they?
I mean, Father Bianca, King Aethelred, Canute. That was like all the first half, I think, of the season.
No,
Maybe not
Canute was
Ethelred.
pretty far in. I think
No, Canute was only halfway.
halfway.
I
You think?
swear to
No,
God. Yeah, but then Father Bianca dies in like episode two.
Ethelhelm.
And I
That's his
was
fucking
like,
name. Yeah, you're right.
yeah. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I
That
didn't
episode, I was
expect.
like, oh my god.
I mean, the thing is, though, it was like, when they say, like, in the first episode, like, oh, we're gonna take back, what's the one castle's name
Bebenberg.
again? Yeah, Bebenberg. He's like, oh, we're gonna take back Bebenberg. Let's go. And then like it's like the first episode. I'm like, these fuckers aren't gonna do it. Like it's the first episode. Like,
When they introduced the kid, that's when I realized I was like, oh yeah, they're not gonna do it this
yeah,
season. I want to see what happens though. I didn't think. Well, I okay. That kid is like he's like the is his name Ramsey Bolton. What's his name from Game of Thrones?
what are you
The
talking
kid,
about?
the kid who's like sadistic as fuck and like tries to
One
the
Game of Thrones.
yeah in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, Ramsey Bolton.
Ramsey
Yeah.
Bolton. Yeah, I feel like they're trying to maybe copy him or something like that. Cause this
Wait, what are
kid,
you talking about? Which
the
kid?
what's that guy's name? Who was owning Bebenberg from? Okay,
Oh, I
Uhtred's
know who
uncle.
you're
Okay,
talking.
Uhtred's
Yeah, yeah,
uncle has a
yeah.
kid, and that
Yeah, no, I
kid,
know what you're talking about. Yeah,
I feel
that.
like
Yeah,
they
Uhtred's cousin.
yes, his cousin. So I can find his name, but his cousin. It's like I feel like they're like looking back at it. I was like, are they trying to
Yeah,
like? It definitely felt like they were maybe trying to have that kind of character because he just turns. He's
I
about to kill a
know.
kid, or who was he trying to kill?
No, well, it was
Yeah, it was his kid. It was Uhtred's kid.
well,
Uhtred.
no, Uhtred had his father like with had a knife pointed to his father's throat, and he's like,
Yeah, no,
"You
and he
bet,"
killed
like,
him. He just as you say, marked
Yeah, he
him.
shot his father in
Yeah,
the eye,
yeah, he
and then
marked him,
and then
and
he was
then
about to kill Uhtred's kid. Yeah.
Uhtred, yes,
Mhm.
Uhtred,
Yeah,
son of Uhtred,
Uhtred.
son of Uhtred.
Yeah.
Uh,
And then
yeah, and then
Father
Bianca
Bianca.
gets in the way. Yeah, so
I mean, like, when I came in the season, I like low-key knew that Father Bianca was like gonna die. And I was just like,
probably he's had like a really bad run of just horrible things
yeah,
happen to him.
because like, there's not much else you can do with this character after season three. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like I feel like he was gonna have to die at some point. 'Cause he was a pretty old dude, like pretty old priest. You know, like, and he's like going into battle with like a shirt and like a club or like an axe.
Eventually
You
he's gonna die.
know.
I was surprised he never like came out of battle like really hurt before this.
Yeah,
I
I
was like,
know.
dude, you're in there with like robes and like hope, literally praying to God that you won't get killed.
Yeah, I feel like that was like one of the like more like unrealistic parts. I was like,
I mean, yeah, I don't think
how is
he
this?
wasn't like balls deep into or anything like that, but he was still like too close to never
I
get
think
hurt.
yeah, I think one of the things I really like about the Last Kingdom though is that the character deaths, they're not all that like epic. You know, like they'll die like very realistic deaths, like a Leo Fritz. You know, she just had a shield wall and some random dude just like pokes a sword right in his
Mm-hmm.
neck. You know, and
Yeah.
he dies. And then
Yeah. There's like a
who
sense of
else?
like you have to kind of tell yourself like this is the main character for a reason. So obviously they're
Mm-hmm.
dodging all this crap, but yeah,
Yeah.
like it's a story about them. They're not gonna immediately drop dead because they're in the middle of
Yeah.
a pack of people dying.
And then like Stiepa, you know, he
Oh, I
got
was not. I did not see that coming. It was just
they did him dirty a
it
little bit,
tripped
but
him. He
like
falls to the ground. Some guy comes up and just splatters his head
oh
over.
my, I was surprised about the gore about
I
that.
was,
Like
I was like,
his
dude,
head just
that's
fucking cracked
they
open.
popped his
Like.
head like a watermelon. It was disgusting.
Yeah. I'm so hip though. I was like, dang, I really wish they did more for Stiepa though. Like I thought he was gonna join Uhtred's crew at some point, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
No, but
but
he had a job. He was like
yeah,
the
he's
king's like
pretty.
single guard, I guess.
Yeah, no, yeah, he was
They
like
just
his most trusted
they
guard.
just pick the most badass guy and say you protect the king. No, everybody else don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Oh
I think
man.
one of Uhtred's men is gonna die next season.
Oh, okay. Can we talk about their hairstyles for a moment?
Oh yeah.
Okay, Uhtred, he's always had this sort of like, is it a mohawk? I don't even know what the fuck it is.
I mean, I think some Vikings may have had that hairstyle. I mean, like that
I mean,
hairstyle is
yeah,
like
okay.
in like Mountain Blade Banner
See, if
Wars and stuff
okay,
like
he
that.
has it, that's fine. He's like part Viking or whatever.
Yeah.
I forget what he's Danish, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Danish.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. Because all the other ones literally have similar hairstyles, but
The thing
the
is,
other guys,
yeah.
what's their names?
What,
Finnan,
Venom?
and
Cedric?
Cedric. Yeah, those two. This is like the glamour squad right here. Like they're all
Yeah.
decked out in like dark leathers, and they have these awesome hairstyles. It's like,
No, yeah,
oh
Venom has like a low
Jesus,
key like fade, you know. I'm like, I don't know if
I don't know
like
if you could
they
do
would
that with a
have that.
rock. Like,
Yeah.
oh no, I guess they have blades, but still, it's
Yeah,
fine.
I
That's fucking
know
hilarious.
they would yeah, be able to do that. Osberth has like Osberth. I don't know whichever,
That man
but he
has
has a
the most.
realistic.
He has the most intense jaw I've ever seen in my
He
life.
does. That's true, but he does have a realistic hairstyle though, 'cause he was like a monk before, you know. He still like
Yeah.
keeps that. No, yeah. Now you think of it, like he does have a really strong jaw.
Now that I think of it, it's all I can see. Oh, it's like
Yeah.
his face stretches. I mean, like the guy himself, the actor, his face like stretches out. So,
Dude,
it's so
I
weird.
woke. I woke. He thought he was about to have like a romance with
Yes,
that
I thought
one
that
girl.
too. I
Yeah.
felt that. I was like, okay, these two, like
Adel's
they are
sister.
insinuating something here. There's something
Yeah.
going on right here.
Yeah, no, but then like end of the season, it like aims more towards like Finn
Yeah,
and that
what the
girl.
fuck?
I
Like,
was like, wait, what?
y'all make up your minds.
Yeah, I think one of the flaws though is the whole like Aethelflaed and Mercia situation. The thing is, like in the book, Uhtred
There's a book
is
for this?
actually yeah. The Last King is based off of a book series called Saxon Chronicles.
No way. How many books are there?
Yeah, there's like 10 right now.
Oh, okay. So,
Each season's based off of 2 books.
okay. So unlike Game of Thrones, they're not done with the books already.
No,
All right.
yeah, I
Cool.
think they
Good.
still have they still have some content left.
Good. Good.
But like, in the books,
Oh God,
Uhtred is
I don't even want to think about what's gonna happen when they don't have books.
I
Game of
don't
Thrones
think
has
that'll be
done me dirty because I thought this wasn't based off books. I thought this was just
no,
really
this is
good
based off
writing.
books. The thing is, things have changed. So, like Bianca in the books, he dies like an old man. He kind of fades away from the story, and then he
Mm-hmm.
dies an old man. And then what I was gonna say is, Uhtred is actually Aethelred's cousin, which makes more sense of them giving the kingship, like to Uhtred, to become king of Mercia for that, because Uhtred does have some is like a blood relative of Aethelred. You know what I mean?
How? Are you sure about that?
In the books, in the
Oh, in the
books.
books. Okay, because in the show it
Yeah.
doesn't imply that at all.
Yeah, no, in the show, that's why people were kind of mad. It doesn't really make much sense
This
to
guy
me to
just
give it
came
to
out of nowhere.
Uhtred.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, okay, like, strong warrior
Well,
that
in
helped
the
us out and
yeah,
some of that,
in the
you
show, I
know?
figured it was because everyone liked him, and they didn't
Yeah,
really have like a
but the thing is,
blood, like a blood
yeah,
heir. Yeah, so it was just kind of somebody
like,
has to
but it
pick
would
it.
have been more realistic if, like, an elderman, like, became, like, king, you know what I mean? People
Yeah.
have been there in Mercia for a while. But
Yeah, he came through one time and said, "Hey guys, everyone likes me."
yeah, I do like how Aethelflaed eventually became queen, though. It's like I think that's actually part of history. Is Aethelflaed was like a warrior, like queen and stuff like that, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So like that stuff is like pretty cool how they did that, you know.
Yeah.
But like
Although
I
I don't
thought
know
this,
how. I don't know how. I mean, it kind of makes sense, but I don't know why they would like accept her so quickly. Or at least I don't know. Maybe there was time in between, but
but
in the
the thing
show
is, the
it was.
people loved her though.
Yeah,
Like
they
this
did.
Mercia, like absolutely
They
like
hated her
loved her.
husband like crazy.
Oh no, yeah, he was a bitch. Do you think Aethelred had some redemption this season? Like, I feel like they
Oh hell
tried to give
no!
him
Hell
some
no!
redemption.
Hell no! He died
Like,
a perfect just way because some
yeah,
guy like trying to do shady shit and he died in the middle of it. He fuck him.
I feel
I
like
hated his character.
I feel like they tried to make him like say some like sympathetic stuff. You know, what I mean, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, like I did this to you and
Yeah,
stuff
except
like that."
he's got brain damage, so maybe he doesn't even
Yeah,
mean that
true.
bit.
No, the shit when I was like in Ocean Moments when like that one guy tried to like ask him for like kingship when he had brain damage, and he was still just like, "No."
It's like, dude,
And I was
even
like,
when
"Damn."
even when he's missing a chunk of his brain, he still hates you.
Yeah, he literally forgot what they did to him, and he was just like, "No, I do not
Yeah,
want you to be
yeah. Some
king."
of that doesn't make sense because he completely forgot the whole battle. He completely forgot everything else, and then just happens to remember this guy and like
Yeah,
remembers how much he hates him.
I'm really,
I mean, maybe
but
his emotion for him was just that strong, but
yeah,
yeah.
but I really like the new Viking, the new like Danish leader at the end of the season 4.
Mm-hmm.
I forget
I'm
his
trying to
name.
find
It
his
was
name.
like Stig. I forget what it was, but like I think he was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can find it.
Sig Trigger? Sig
Yeah, yeah,
Trigger?
yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Stig Trigger. Yeah, I
He's
thought
the
he was cool.
yeah, he's the
You
only
know.
Viking that had a brain apparently. Like,
Yeah,
he's the only one
and
that didn't just decide to charge in and die. Like even
the one.
Canute, he's like, oh, don't worry, we got this. We're thinking it through. And then the moment something bad happened, he was like, oh fuck it, I'm going in.
Yeah. The one thing that like it was kind of weird, like I understood Uhtred's daughter like wanted to be like part of like the Danes and everything, but
I didn't get that
like
ending. I didn't understand that.
really like Uhtred's son, I don't really understand because like the whole season they're setting him up to like start liking his father, and he's like, oh, I actually have like respect for you, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
you think he's gonna stay with Uhtred, but then he's like, ah, psych, no, I'm going back to the monastery.
Well, I think
I'm
he
like,
like accepts him, but he
yeah.
still wants to go do his duty, if as he says.
No, yeah, I definitely think he's gonna come back though. He's gonna have a
He's
bigger
probably gonna
role
be like a
though.
recurring character or something.
I think I think he's eventually gonna leave the monastery and become like an actual warrior at some point. Dude,
Mm-hmm.
they had him like with the sword fighting people and like killing them.
Oh yeah, he was like, I'm not gonna kill anyone, and then like an episode or two later, he's killing someone.
I was like, dang, like can this kid really handle himself against these like Danes?
Oh,
Like,
he just kind of
okay.
like stabbed and like prayed. I guess that's all he did. It was like one guy.
No, yeah.
But yeah, all the main
But
characters know how to fight, so it's don't worry about it.
yeah, in this season Uhtred really didn't have a lot of power. He just had like like 3 to 4 guys, like most of the season, and that was about it.
Yeah, but he had to. He I guess they were focusing more on like the like his strategy in this one. It wasn't. It
Yeah.
wasn't like the previous ones where he joined a giant army, kicked ass, and then like got uh, denied anyways.
I
Every
think,
time he does something,
uh,
it's like fuck you. Like I just helped you free your people. Fuck you.
mm-hmm. No, I definitely think the next season is gonna actually get like a decent size like army, and like things are like really about to get real.
I mean, he's
Cause
probably
like,
going to get Bevenberg after
you think
God knows
so?
how long. Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause, I mean, when he gets Bevenberg, like that's pretty much like the end of the series. Like you wouldn't have too much else to do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The story arc would pretty much be concluded when he takes Remember. That's why they're waiting so long for him to
I wonder
take.
if they're
That's why.
gonna. They those the people from Wales, they got fucked in this
Oh yeah,
season.
they call it
Like
like Wallace.
Jesus Christ, like yeah,
Yeah,
Wayless. I think I said it.
yeah, something like that.
They got
Yeah.
absolutely screwed.
No, yeah,
This is,
they acted like complete dicks to
yeah.
Rita and everything. Dude, that was crazy. Like when Rita was like telling like Uhtred, she's like, "Oh, kill me." Like
Mm-hmm.
Uhtred couldn't do it. I mean, but like I understand why Uhtred couldn't do it. Like that's like she's like what is his like lifelong friend. Like how would he be able to kill her?
Mm-hmm.
But then Rita like develops this deep hatred for him. Because like she wanted to go Valhalla and then she was treated like complete shit. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and like I can understand both sides, like why Rita wants to kill him and why Uhtred couldn't kill Brita.
Okay, so I was confused about the ending. So all the Vikings left,
Mm-hmm.
um, and Brito went with them.
Yes, Brita went with them.
Mm. I
Yeah,
kind of
so
like zoned out for like the last episode or two.
they gave them a castle in East Anglia, I think.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they gave him Efferwich, right?
Isn't that in East Anglia?
No, I think those two different places.
Was it
Because they referred
Northumbria?
to it as Efferwich, and then
Oh,
yeah,
Efforwich, that's just a castle though. It's not
yeah,
like the
but it was
whole
like right
land.
next to Mercia, so they're like just smack dab against each other. That's why they
Well,
didn't want
yeah,
to give
but I
that. But
think it
then
might be part of East Anglia. It has to be part of some
probably I don't
section
know
of the.
I don't know the maps.
Yeah, no, but
They
that's
haven't
not.
had a single map in the entire episode or in the entire show.
What are you talking about? The literal intro is the map.
Oh well, the on Netflix it skips through the intro, so
Oh, really?
like I just
I
haven't seen
always
it, but I
watch
guess
the intro.
I have to go through it. I guess.
No, yeah, Assassin's Creed Valhalla will have the same areas that the Last Kingdom does, like
Mm-hmm.
Wessex, Mercia, East Anglia,
Yeah, Wessex, I
Northumbria.
know. I think that's at the very south bit.
Yeah, Wessex is south, Northumbria is like north, I believe.
Oh, really?
Mercia. Yeah. No, it's west or south.
No,
No, no,
really? Oh
no, but
man.
like I think Mercia is like to the west, and East Anglia is obviously east.
Hmm.
But then what? Wales is like kind of like southwest, I believe. I
It's
might be
west.
completely.
There's a it's separate island, but it's
Uh,
to the west. Yeah,
yeah, that's true.
but it's like very close.
Yeah, no, yeah. I remember seeing the one map when like Wales wasn't like its own separate map. And it was weird. That was like Assassin's Creed Valhalla map. Let me see here. But like, yeah. I don't know. It's just really cool
Hmm.
that I'll be able to go to like the same regions that like I've
Somehow
seen
we're
like the
back at
last.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're like very interconnected. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen Vikings. I want to see that show because I hear that's pretty good.
Vikings got bad
Did it?
really fast.
Oh,
Yeah.
sucks.
What you want? Like, do you want me to tell you?
I mean, sure. If it's bad, I don't really care about
No,
the
yeah,
game.
like, okay, well, spoilers for Vikings. Pretty much in the middle of season 4, they like kill off the main character, which is Ragnar,
Mhm.
and like the rest is about like their sons having civil war, and just like the writing just goes complete shit. Like, Lagatha starts like making out with this like one like knight dude and everything. Like, it was just really weird. Oh yeah, and then like Lagatha becomes like her own army from like
Who the fuck is
Ragnar and
Lagatha?
stuff. That was his wife.
Oh.
Yeah. And like so they had like some like disputes, like that was really weird.
Mhm.
And then like the writing just went to complete shit. Like the
Oh.
only character that I really liked was Ivar the Boneless after season 4. Like that guy was like a fucking psychopath. They tried to make him kind of like Ramsey Bolton, but I feel like he worked though. Like the execution of it just was so well. Because Ivar the Boneless like was actually like a real Viking that was like really feared.
Hmm.
Like imagine a crippled Viking. Like you think that's the most ridiculous thing ever, but like this man rode like on a fucking chariot though, you know. So like he slaughtered people.
Damn.
Like, but the rain just like did not like it just kind of like ended like badly. It's not as bad as like Game of Thrones how it ended, but
Not
like
nothing can never make you want to watch the show again, as bad
I'm
as Game
so
of Thrones.
disappointed about that because like the other seasons, like besides season 7, they're so good.
See, even
Usually
six and
some of the
seven, I could deal with 6 and 7. They weren't even
yeah,
that
I can
bad to me.
honestly deal with that.
But
Yeah,
8 is just like, goodbye. Fuck
like
this. We're out.
the quality of the writing and stuff of like
It
season 1 through
took a
6.
massive shit, but we don't need to
Yeah,
rehash that. That's been
yeah, it's
that's
been
been
said
shat
so
on
much.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually, it can never
no,
be
no.
shat on enough. That it's so bad, but
The one thing
we'll
is
go with it.
yeah, I mean, because they are trying to make a lot of like medieval shows now after like Game of Thrones. You know, they want to fill like that spot.
I
Like,
mean, Last Game was doing it perfectly, I
yeah,
think.
Last Kingdom's doing a good job, and now you know Amazon's gonna make a Lord of the Rings show, which will be really interesting.
Hopefully.
Set in the Second Age, because that's a lot of content. You know,
hmm
they can do. So I'm really hoping that show like turns out well.
Lord of
But
the Rings
like,
is gonna be like the what every D&D player is gonna watch.
yeah, no, I'm hip. I mean, like Lord of the Rings, like the books, pretty much inspired most fantasy. You
hmm
know,
Yeah.
like literally 75 of like the fantasy stereotypes come from Lord of the Rings. You know, like elves using like bows and stuff like that, orcs
hmm
like generally being bad. I think dwarves, you know, like
All of the
being,
fantasy racism comes from Lord of the Rings.
yeah. The thing is, I was thinking about this recently. The
Really?
greatest like fantasy like books and stuff. Like you know how like in Dungeons and Dragons like the cities will be like intertwined with like a bunch of races and stuff like that with like orcs, elves, like dwarves and everything, you know?
hmm
The thing is that when you do that, it kind of becomes kind of bland. 'Cause, like,
Yeah, it doesn't have
with
like
it doesn't have a
a
special flavor.
theme. Yeah.
Cause like it's medieval. It's like you know, like it kind of is inspired on medieval times. Do you really think those races would be able to like intertwine like that?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't know.
So just for anyone who doesn't know, we played D&D together, and
Hmm.
so Ryan, I've been thinking about another setting. I was thinking about something like what you just said, where the cities have like themes depending on who lives there.
Hmm.
I was thinking of doing something
Yeah.
where there's just like maybe 4 or 5 actual cities, and they
Mm.
all have some sort of theme, and it would be more of a, I don't want to say like, because like the stories I've done so far have all basically been, oh, big evil threat coming to kill everyone, blah blah
Hmm.
blah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would try to do something that's like a little more, I don't know, maybe political and not like real world,
Mm.
but like
Yeah.
in game politics, like
Yeah.
wars and stuff like. I don't know. It's a cool idea in my head. I have no idea if it would actually work though. Because
Mm.
I think
Yeah.
having less would be way better. Because I've come to
Yeah.
notice like every time I make a map, it's like there's after like 5 or 6 settlements, I'm like, all right, let's just copy paste, copy paste, copy. Come on,
Yeah,
this
no,
is
I'm hip.
yeah.
Well, no, I'm not saying like that you copy and paste everything, but like I understand where you're coming from. Like
Mhm.
in Lord of the Rings, like you'll have the characters go to like Rivendell, you know, it's like all elves and like the city of Gondor, like like
Yeah,
Ministry,
they
I
all
think,
have
like
something
humans.
different. Yeah.
Yeah, like Lothlorien, which is like wood elves. These like the big trees that they like build. They're like like they're like villages, and and like the Shire. They all have this distinct feel about them.
Mhm.
That feels so rich. Like when you talk about like the intertwined like races and like cities, like typical Dungeons and Dragons things, like think about, okay, well, does that mean that they have sort of like some law that makes all of these races equal? You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
how is like the policies implemented?
Mhm.
But like why in Lord of the Rings when they're mostly like when each race is doing their own thing, it's a lot more like like I don't know, like you kind of understand it more,
Yeah.
because like the elves and dwarves, they don't really like each other that much. Like Gimli and like when they first met, they were back talking like each other like all the time. But then at the very end, it's like they're like, how is it to die side? Like I never thought I would die by side with an elf, but like then like let's like how about side by side with a friend? And Gimli's like I could do that, and that's so cool because like you see their friendship like develop and become best of friends, even though like their races are supposed to like hate each other,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like
Add more
yeah,
character to everything, and there's more like
mhm,
I don't know. I guess like story behind it.
mhm,
Yeah.
yeah,
I guess your
exactly,
interactions mean more.